Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Mike here. I'm your host of Mike's RC Corner. Glad to have you along. Hope you're having a good day. As you can see, we have a new product here. We're going to unbox this next. This came from banggood.com. I'll have a link in the notes. 18 scale crawler from Eazyrc the Patrion. So guys, let's pause for a sec. We're going to get this out of the box and we'll see what all came inside. Alright, let's get it going. So here we go, guys, and just before we get rid of the box, I just wanted to make mention, look how pristine the box is. This came inside of another cardboard box, similar to how Amazon ships things. So everything was in great condition, and the RC was not damaged. In the past, Banggood would wrap this box in the small little white foam sheet and then yellow China tape it. But that did not happen. So let's see what's in the box here. We got a few items. We'll get out of the way first. Here we have the instruction manual, but it's more just instruction page because this only folds out to be one piece of paper. If you're an experienced RC guy, you're really not going to need this anyways. The only downside to this is that there is no listing of parts, and the parts break down the part numbers. So that's a slight concern. Have to do some research on the internet under Eazyrc and see if we can get spare parts for this. We'll put that aside and we'll quick look. We got a USB charging cable. That's pretty standard for these type of size RCs nowadays. Charges off the balance plug. Does come with a LiPo, 7.4 volt, so 2 cell, 380 milliamp hour. And 5C just charge. That's kind of low. I've never seen that before, but it should work well. This is a very low power device. Pretty cool. And we'll get into this, that there's two. There's actually one inside the truck, so that's kind of interesting. It's got the mini low-C connector, and one thing we'll mention later, that there is some extra room inside that cab, so you could put in a bigger size battery. So we'll talk about that when we get to that point. Got a nice metal cross wrench, so that works well. I've had some plastic ones in the past that you go turn the nut, the wheel nut, and it actually kind of just rounds off in there and strips. So metal is definitely the better way to go. Now the radio, it does not look the greatest at first, and it was like a little head scratching. There's a screw in the bottom. I took it out. It uses 3 AA's, plastic wheel, and a lot of times you see this type of radio and it's for non-proportional, but this is proportional. As you can see, it's not clicky or anything, so that's what it is. The trigger feels decent. Definitely not the highest quality materials, but still I have about a medium to large size adult hand and it fits my hand fine. In the back here we see that it does have steering and throttle trims, which is really nice to see. The on off button, the antenna stubby up here. So a very basic radio, not quite as good as what the Hobby Plus CR18 comes with. That would be the Hobby Porter style radio, I believe. But for what you pay for this thing, I'm not going to knock it too much, but it could be an area of improvement. We get to the truck itself. I think it looks really, really pretty. That's a really great shell. I'm going to compare right off to the CR18 from Hobby Plus, or is it Hobby Peoples? Hobby Plus, I believe. I've had this truck for a while. Again, this doesn't have oil-filled shocks, but this one even has bouncier shocks. I think because the shell is a little bit heavier, it will show bounce. Shocks are easy to replace though, because you just go by length. You could use ones from other models. So we'll put this away. This is a great little truck. I like that it has the roof rack here. I think the look of it looks really scale, looks really great. Actually got a real tire on the back. Now the tires are super, super soft and spongy, very similar to this truck. This one has same type of feel. I really like the look of that. Underneath there we can see that we have a metal frame, I believe, and most of the parts under there and the drivetrain and stuff are plastic, which is standard fare. I wouldn't be surprised in the future we see metal upgrade parts, hop-up parts. Usually that's the way it happens. We have a normal 3-wire servo there, which is good. And we have a small brush motor in there. Now that looks a little bit smaller. It looks like it'd be about 180 size motor, so we'll see if it's strong enough to power this RC around. Now if you got bigger fingers like me, you can't really get under here. You notice there is no body clips like this one has, or to access the battery tray. Just take a little screwdriver and you can pop up the hood. And inside is the battery, and they ship the battery unplugged, which is great. The electronics are right there though. There's access to the servo in case you want to take the servo out. Let me tip that there so you can see that there. That's a pretty good layout, so really no need to get into all this stuff and mess around with the body at all. Looks like a lot of the weight is in the front now because the battery is there and everything, and the motor is in the middle. So the back end will be a lot lighter than the front, which is good, especially when you're driving uphill. Overall, I'm looking pretty pleased. We're going to have a running video out on this one soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Leave a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anything you want to know about it, I will try and answer. Again, this is Banggood. You can find a link in the notes. Hope everyone's doing well again. Take care, peace out, and we'll catch you on the next one.